Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Grain Arcade. I'm back. Back here in Iowa. Iowa Plainsview. It's now November. I'm going to get our time up to real time here, so it's 7:02. Try to match the in-game time here with it. Or get it close to it. 7:02. And we'll go to 7:03. Alright, there's 7:03. Alright. Good morning, Twitchy. Good morning, good morning. Alright, we got some stuff to do. So after the stream yesterday, I was finishing the last cornfield. You know, we bought the additional cornfield there, and I got to looking, and I went in and bought 2 more fields. I bought this one, and I bought this one. Apparently our loan kicked over to more. So I was like, you know what? They were fully fertilized. They're in soybeans. I was like, why not? Let's go ahead and do it. So I did it. Plus, there's a lot of trees on those properties too, and grass. We can go out there and mow some grass and make some hay. So, yeah, I did it. I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Alright, so let's go get started as the sun comes up here. Kind of foggy out here today. So this is where we're going to start. We're going to start on the alfalfa. Boy, look at that sky. Look at that. Whoop. Not down behind the alfalfa, but look at that. Kind of amazing how the clouds are kind of like streaked this way. Yeah. Pretty cool looking. So you're running solo today? Yeah, I guess I'm running solo today. I was kind of hoping that Old Man or Phil would be here, but haven't heard from them, so probably just me. Yeah, Fuzzy said yesterday that he wasn't going to be here today, so I'm not lonely. I've got you, Twitchy. You're here with me, and Yuleberry's here. And there's a few others here. There'll be more. So we're good. Alright, what I am going to do is get this thing started. I'm going to go ahead and mow this alfalfa. I've got cutting of alfalfa already down, so there will be some pretty good inrows here. I think I did 1 inrow last time, so I'll do that again. Alright, let me go get the small tractor. I'll just leave that right there. Not the weight, not the weight. So, I don't know how many of you have seen anything on the internet or heard anything on the news. But I'll just tell you right straight up front, I believe in God. I believe Jesus died on the cross for my salvation. And what I've seen on the internet, on the rumor mills, of course, you know it is the internet, and I know the Bible says no man knows the hour, but a lot of stuff about the rapture happening Tuesday. And if you don't know what the rapture is where Jesus comes back for his followers, and we go into the clouds, and then there's it's not so great after that. So if you're a believer, you should be good. If you're not a believer, I pray that you accept Jesus. But again, the Bible says no man knows the hour. So we shall see. It's kind of weird to see, though, how like all the numbers are kind of aligning with this this day, with September 23rd, which should be Tuesday, right? Yeah. May just be coincidence, like several coincidences, but yeah, gonna be something. You're right. Yeah, we should have plenty of windrow here. Unfold the bubbler. I may have a straw bale come out because there's a little bit of straw in there. And again, probably just going to attempt to sell these. Good morning, CM Gaming. How's it going? I wonder if I can put on my... Should be able to, right? Set it to the width of that thing. What is the width of that thing, though? I think I'm going to have to go look it up. .2. So, is that the same thing that goes on? That is the same. Well, no, that's different from the one we have on the Combine. So this is just the merger. 12.2. So I need to set that to 12.2. Okay, do one in row. And I should be able to turn... I want to leave that on for now so I can kind of see the lines. Yeah, there we go. Little foggy. Yeah, the rows are so big I'm going to have to probably come back and hit this again. Because I'm leaving a little bit there. Oh, I didn't have enough straw in there for it to do a straw bale. Okay. I was wondering about that. How are you liking the map? I like it. It's a nice map. It's got a lot of... I like the additional productions. Being able to do, you know, that we brought a lot over from Alma. And then he brought back cornbread to the new updated Alma. And then he brought cornbread in here to this map too. You have pizza, and then the new productions, which you know, you got pancakes. There's all kinds of stuff. Lots of pies. You can do apple pie, pumpkin pies, blueberry, lemon. I think plum is in there too. So why is that light? Why is that flickering? Can't see that. Every time I move the camera. Like it's bright light, not bright. Bright light, not bright. Bright light, not bright. Kind of weird how it's kind of... Oh, now strobe lights. Step out of the... What is that called? Step out of the MacDon. Yeah, it's a long process. Well, for one, you gotta buy the maple orchard over there, and it's over 400,000 for that. And then you gotta have what, butter and I think the fine flour, which you have to do, I think, dried grain for that. So it's a process. You probably gotta have eggs too. Which reminds me, I've got to feed our chickens. Gotta do that. Oh no, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? I think that line there is a separate line. One on the corner. It is. It's its own kind of line there. It's a little bitty. But I locked in on it for somehow. Wait, where did the MacDon go? Is that it down there? Yep, it's doing another row. Okay. So yeah, a lot of stuff happening in the world right now that a lot of it points to September 23rd. You've got the UN Peace and Safety Summit that's happening on the 23rd. You've got the possibility of the Feast of Trumpets starting on the 23rd. You've got something, and I don't know what the significance of 77 is. I should do more looking into the 77, but that apparently that's like the lifespan of a fig tree. And Israel was founded in 1948, and if you add 77 to 1948, you come out with 2025, or the year 2025. And if you know your Bible, scriptures, you know a lot of this stuff that is happening right now, plus all the astronomical stuff that's happening. I mean, we're about to have, you know, a new moon and what we had the blood moon, I think, already, and then we're having the solar eclipse. I think that's tonight. So lots of stuff happening, and it all just kind of points to it. Again, it could just be all just one huge coincidence. But I tell you right now, I'm gonna be ready. I'm ready. I am ready for whenever it happens. I'm ready. Yeah, we haven't gotten in the firewood yet. I think we've got to buy the wooded area at least down south, because I'm not doing these crooked trees. We're not gonna do the crooked trees for firewood and stuff. No, we're gonna do the big straight trees for that process. Hoping these bales will just kind of scoot out of the way, or roll out of the way, or yeah, that kind of works, maybe. And then until they start bunching up in front of me like that. Come on, go. Scoot over. Oh no. Bales everywhere. Hopefully this won't skip again and leave me with a little line there. Looks like it's getting it all on this pass. That's good. Well, those bales are coming out there quick. We're doing some pretty big windrows here, so Yeah, I bought those 2 big fields, and then also bought the town area over there. And the reason I bought the town area is because when we go in with the Brooks chipper and fill that up with wood chips and hopefully be able to sell those, there's a lot of big trees over there around the town area. There's kind of like some open lots too, kind of like we had over there on Judith Plains, Montana, but they've got more trees in them. But there's a lot of lots over there that have a lot of grass there, just a lot of big trees around it. I will say that there will be periods during the stream that I'll still be here and I'll answer questions and stuff, but I may go quiet for a minute. I've got some snacks. I've got some new snacks. I've got some popcorn, and I've got some handy snacks, you know, the cheese and crackers, and then I've got pumpkin delights. They're, you know, the little pumpkin cakes that they come out with every year around this time, around September, October-ish. So I like those. I miss the apple ones. They used to make little apple delights that were kind of like the pumpkin ones. But that means that we get Christmas tree cakes next after that. I'm ready for that. There's actually a Christmas tree cake inflatable that I want to say it was Home Depot or Lowe's has, and they are bringing that out this year. So you can put a giant inflatable Little Debbie Christmas tree cake in your front yard. I kind of want one. I really haven't done inflatables before because people are mean, and I've seen people come in and poke holes in them and stuff like that just to be mean. But kind of want one. Maybe I could put it on my roof where they can't get up there and get at it or something. I don't know. That'd be weird to be driving down the street and see a giant Little Debbie Christmas tree cake on somebody's roof, wouldn't it? We'll see if there's any issues selling these alfalfa bales. Rumor had it there was some issues selling alfalfa bales, so we'll find out today. It's coffee time. Coffee. Dr. Pepper. Hey, there's an idea for Dr. Pepper. Why don't they do a Dr. Pepper coffee? You know, they've done everything else. They've done Dr. Pepper blackberry. They've done Dr. Pepper strawberry. They've done Dr. Pepper cream soda. Why not a Dr. Pepper coffee? Why is he stopped? Oh, is he stuck on a bale? He might be stuck on a bale. Hang on, I may have to go move him here. Or move the bale. Hey, look at it. Look at it. Is that... I don't think that's my strobe lights. See my headlights? Well, I must have a bad alternator or something. Let me turn off my... Oh, maybe it was the strobe lights. No, it's this guy. It's the real. Yeah, he's stuck on the wheel. Hang on. I gotta get that out of there. Let's move all these out. Probably gonna hit some more. Alright, he's going now. Yeah, Dr. Pepper cream soda is good. It tastes like a Dr. Pepper float to me. I used to get Dr. Pepper floats from Sonic back in the day, and they were amazing. They had these special glasses too that were what's the right word? Funneled out at the top, kind of. So they were wider at the top, and then like a narrow plastic glass at the bottom. They were made of plastic, but they were clear, so it was a hardened plastic. So what they do is they put a scoop of vanilla. Ooh, let the relight. They would put a scoop of clear vanilla ice cream in the top, and then they'd pour Dr. Pepper over that vanilla ice cream. So yeah, that's a Dr. Pepper float right there. We got another little bit to cut there. Get all these lines over here. Yeah, but a Dr. Pepper coffee, what would it be? Coffee flavored? Coffee, they'd probably want to call it something else. Dr. Peppercino or something? I don't know. A latte Dr. Pepper? I guess it would taste like coffee with the Dr. Pepper kick to it. Sounds like an idea. Something they could do maybe in the future. Wonder if they've ever floated that idea. Wonder if they've ever floated that and maybe they were like, nobody will drink this or something. I don't know. I would probably drink it. If it, I don't know. I don't drink coffee mainly because it's so hot when you first get it, and I know you can, put ice in it or whatever, cool it down, cream, all that stuff, and you can get the frozen coffees too. But I'm pretty particular when it comes to my coffees. If I get a coffee, it's got to be some kind of caramel or mocha, like a chocolate mocha or something. I can't do just black coffee. Can't drink just black coffee. I like the smell of just regular coffee, but I can't drink just black coffee with nothing in it. No. What about a Dr. Pepper ice cream? I think they already make Dr. Pepper ice cream. I think I've seen that before. If not, you can make your own Dr. Pepper float, I guess. Get some vanilla ice cream, and all you need is vanilla ice cream and Dr. Pepper, and you can get yourself a glass or something that can hold a scoop of vanilla, and pour some Dr. Pepper on top of it, and there you go. You're good to go. Get you a really thick straw, large straw, maybe a spoon if you have ice cream left over there. What happened over there? Did he hit the rest of those bales? We got a MacDon down. It looks like it has been involved in a crash, like it fell out of the sky. Hang on, we gotta go get him. Dr. Pepper tastes like prune juice to you? Ugh. Dr. Pepper doesn't taste like prune juice to me. It tastes, it's kind of got a cherry kind of taste to it. Yeah, he ate the rest of these bales. That's what happened. Come on, bales. He finished, though. Well, that grass is brown. I think we can still cut it, though. Maybe it, it actually stopped growing over here, didn't it? Kind of looks like it did. Here, let's just go ahead and move him out of here. I'll swap out this header with the mowing header if I can still mow. Alright. Back to the baler. Yeah, Dr. Pepper does not taste like prune juice to me. I think it's got a cherry... I think actually one of the ingredients is like cherry something. A lot of alfalfa bales over here. Back down and hit some of these passes. Some of them you can't. They disappear. See, it looks like there's nothing there, but when you turn the camera at a certain angle, then it appears. And it disappears. Guess I need to go back down that way and this way. Pick up what I can there. Let's see, where were they at? Can't, yeah, you can't see them. See, they disappear. That's weird. You can kind of see them a little better this way. Yeah, this one's gonna be tougher to get down because you're gonna stack up in the front there now. Out of the way. You like that? Get out of the way. Whoa, no. That one didn't get. That one was like, I ain't moving. Alright, I think I've got the lines now. Except for that last one up there. Wonder when the best time to sell alfalfa is. Let's see. Probably not till January. But we'll bale it, pick it up, and then move it out. Put it over there in the yard. Put it in the yard. I think that's gonna do it. A couple little small spots out here, but not enough to really come back and pick up, so. Are these alfalfa bales down here? He must have pushed those down here or something. If those are alfalfa bales. No, it says those are grass. Unless it's... Unless the alfalfa bales are showing up as grass. No, they show up as alfalfa. Never mind. I don't know. Maybe they were left there from when I mowed over here, because I came and mowed over here this side of the field over here. Alright, let's go get the pickup wagon. So we do have TMR. I need to move some of that today too. And then we've got plenty of straw bales. We got a ton of straw bales in the fields over there too. So we're good to go on straw bales. We definitely need more hay bales and silage bales. Alright, what I'm going to do right now is pick up the bales on the ends of the field and on the edges. That way I can get a plow in there. That's one thing I want to do is get the plow in there and start merging some of these together at some point very, very soon. I'll get these right here. This is Iowa Plains View by Celobuki. He did Alma, Missouri. He did Iowa Plains View. He's working on another one, I believe. This one just came out. It is for PC and console. Yep, anytime. This bale pickup thing, it reminds me of this toy I had when I was a kid, and it came from Radio Shack. It was called the Armatron. Basically, it had two little joysticks on it, and it ran on like D or C batteries. And basically, it was like this thing here. It had a claw on it. You could open and close the claw. You could rotate the claw. You could move the arm up and down. You could bend the arm. Does the title say Westbridge? Maybe I need to go change my title. Edit stream info. Yeah, it does say Westbridge, doesn't it? Let's change that. refresh your thing and it should show up there now. We had been playing Westbridge. Recently streamed it too, so that's why it said Westbridge. Gotta load, let's go and load this. Oh, your internet froze? Oh no. Is this map ported from a old FS or is this a new map? I believe it's a new map. Iowa Plains View? There's a lot of Iowa maps. I don't know if there's... there might have been like an Iowa Plains. But I don't know if Iowa Plains View by him is ported or if it's new. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Alma was on 22 and now he's brought it back to 25. He might have had this one on 22. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. To my understanding, it's new. And if it's not new, it's gonna be new to anybody that plays it if you played it before on 22 or before, because of the productions and well, it's based 25 based now, so. Okay, Jeff said this was from FS22 and he brought it over to FS25. Yeah, I don't remember ever looking at this map in 22. I might have. It's different now though. A lot different. Yeah, I'm at 14, so I'm gonna nudge this in there. Just for that one. Whoop, 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 not that far. Oh, you gotta stay there. And put that up. The one thing with merging these fields together is gonna be these approaches coming into the fields. They kinda are a bump. So I don't know whether to grass in this edge and just have like a grass pass here. That would make the fields a little skinnier, or just kind of keep the bumps and smooth them down a little. I don't know. I don't know what to do there. Alright, that should be good. Alright. So yeah, going and looking at our TMR station now. We have a lot. We're out of... What are we out there? We're out of silage bales. So we definitely need to make more silage bales. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, leave that right there for now. I'm gonna run down here. Did I not turn the engine off? Don't waste that fuel. I'm gonna bring the MacDon back up here and park this header in the shed. Now when we have the dedicated grass field, we'll be able to use this. And we do have the Swathing Plus mod on here, so we'll be able to cut the grass and have a yield bonus on it then, but for right now, we don't have that. All we have is the grass kind of in between the fields and around the edges. So we're just gonna kind of park this right over here. Well, if I come and cut that grass though. Yeah, I'll put it behind the bales here. But let me put the wheels down on here. What are our cows at? Do they still have any meadow grass left? Just a little bit. I probably need to feed them some TMR. They're still at 100% on the health. Yeah. Let me go ahead and feed them some TMR. Yes. So if you use the what's it called? Swathing Plus, you get, and Jeff can correct me if I'm wrong, I think you get 20, it's either 20-25% bonus, yield bonus, if you cut it, but it has to be like a dedicated grass field. It can't be any meadow grass or any grass around the edge of the field. It has to be like an actual field that is recognized as a field. But you can take that through there, use a swathing head, and it rows it up real nice for you. And I think you get a 20-25% yield bonus on it. I think the plan here is we're going to make that entire north strip there. I'm going to make that grass. I'm just using this because I don't have another tipper. I don't want to buy another tipper right now. So we come right in here. So we want not silage, but the TMR. And I'm not going to fill this up. I don't think it'll take it all. Well, I'll go ahead and fill it up. I can always come back and dump it, right? Maybe. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll test it out. We'll see. I'll put a little bit in there and then we'll test it. What's really going to be interesting is opening this up in here. Hopefully I can get the trigger on the edge down here. I may have to buy another trailer. Let me go to the farthest. Okay, there it was, right there. Hopefully my trailer won't hit the roof there. He's gonna be close. Oh, we got it. It's all in there. So it took all that. How much do they hold? I think that's enough for now. They got TMR in there. I'll come back and add more later. No, you do get it for grass. Yeah, the Swathing Plus mod. The one that allows you to cut grass with the, that big header right over there. You do get that yield bonus. That's, hang on, let me go find it here. Swathing Plus. Here it is. Alright, so this mod adds additional swathable crops and ability for swathers to be able to cut grass and grass alternatives. Swathing Plus is compatible with all swathing header equipment, including the MacDon pack. In addition, all specialty alternative grass types include a yield bonus 20%. So it's not 25, it's 20% over conventional grass. So that's, I think that's the part kind of saying that it has to be a dedicated grass field. So it adds the ability to cut the alfalfa, the clover if you're on a map that has that, and then a dedicated grass field. But it has to be a dedicated grass field. So 20%. Alright, I'm just going to leave the truck right here. Alright, so I'm going to take the MacDon mower out eventually. Right now, we're going to go cut some trees. Try to get us some wood chips. I think I'm just going to start on this east side here. Work my way over to the, kind of around and towards the town there. Move this one bale over. Good morning. Alright, so we got trees on this side. And we got trees on that side. We got some bushes here. I think what I'm gonna do, and normally I go through and cut the trees with the chainsaw, but I'm not worried about tree count here. I think I just want to get them removed. So we will use the brucks all around for this. Plus it's a little bit quicker. Say that. And then it stops. Just got to raise and lower it a little bit, a few times. Let's see how it does with trees here. Should take the stump out, maybe. I have to cut them lower. And then come back and take the stump out. Let me do that. Let me cut them lower. We can just go straight. Nope, gonna have to raise and lower it every time. The modder that made that trailer you're using made a smaller version, and I have it in the mod channel in Discord, and it still has all the capacities as options. You mean the semi-trailer that I'm using? I think I have them all in here, don't I? Yeah, I think I've got them all in here. That's the one we're using right there. That's the one we've got. Talking about these? The Superior end dump trailers? Are these the same ones you're talking about? So we've got a small one there. And then we've got an actual smaller semi-trailer there. Yeah, who did those? Was it Carl Farms? Okay, different one, okay. Yeah, those are the ones out of the mod hub, done by Carl Farms. Come on, Bush, cut. This might be quicker just to do it with the chainsaw and come back and get the stumps. Because this thing I keep having to raise and lower it. Tell you what, that's what I'm going to do. All the trees, they'll come down with a chainsaw. And then I can just come in and vacuum them up. And the bushes I'm not worried about. bushes. Just get rid of those. Okay. To make the bushes disappear, is that a mod? Yes, that is part of the lumberjack mod. That is a PC only mod. It's in the in-game mod hub, but it is a PC only mod. You can get rid of bushes, you can get rid of the stumps with it. Alright, I think we got all those right there. So let's run down through here with the brooks and get these up real quick. Come on, get in my belly. Push them all up and bunch them up there. Around and get them. I've only ever seen the one. It's this one. I think I can go and look at it, can I? Nope, can't look at it. It only shows the equipment mods. It's the one that's got a little drawing of a chainsaw on it. Kinda at an angle. Come back for a lot of these stumps. They're kind of hidden below the level of the grass. Yep, I'll just come back for a lot of those. It sounds like Jeff may have another one there for you. This side first. Yeah, Biggins, good morning. Welcome in. That's the one I'm talking about? Okay, yeah, that's in the... Yeah, that's the one. That's the one in the mod hub. Got a little picture of the bar of a chainsaw going diagonal across it. Let's see. You know what? Are there any more bushes? Let me get all the bushes out and then I'll come back. Oh, I heard that Sasquatch. And a woodpecker. I've been wanting to go back and watch Harry and the Hendersons. Bigfoot movie from the 80s. Harry and the Hendersons? No, that was a movie. I don't know if they made it into a TV show or not. They might have. I don't really remember that, though. I know it was a movie. Harry and the Hendersons. They might have made a TV show out of it. I don't know. They did that a lot back in the day. They made a TV series out of RoboCop. I think that's all that. One great thing about Lumberjack Mod, I can run with my chainsaw. And if you don't have that in-game, you can barely walk. I'm assuming that's the Lumberjack mod. It might be the running mod. I've got a running mod in here too. Player speed mod. They did make a Harry and the Hendersons TV show? Wow, okay. I've flipped a few times since then. They made a lot of TV shows based on movies. So you had the movie Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. They made a animated show out of that. You had Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox. They made a animated show out of that. Of course, you know, they had Superman, and then they come out with several Superman. Mainly the one I remember was the one with, what's Terry, was it Hatcher and Dean Cain? That one came out back in the 90s. They had a Flash that came out back in the 90s too. And then, you know, you got the Ghostbusters, so they came out with the animated real Ghostbusters, and you had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know what came first there, though. I don't know if the show came first for the Turtles or if it was the movie. I think it might have been the movie, and then they came out with the animated show. Don't quote me on that one, though. I know Beetlejuice, you know that was a movie. They came out with an animated show for that. And even old Paul Rubens got his own show from the movie they made about his bicycle. A lot of good shows from back then in the 90s. I remember Sequest. That was a good show. Had like a lineup of shows from the 90s that included, and you knew they were from the 90s. You can just watch them and tell. But basically it was a lineup of like Hercules, Xena, Star Trek The Next Generation, Baywatch, and they all were kind of like in the same kind of genre. Alf? Yeah, I remember Alf. You had MASH too. MASH started out as a movie. Or wait a minute, did it start out as a movie? I think it did. I think MASH started out as a movie, and then they made it into a TV show. With the only returning character from that was both on the movie and the TV show was Radar. Everybody else was a different actor. You had Robert Duvall as Frank Burns. I forgot who played Margaret Houlihan. Henry Blake was different. All the other characters were pretty much different. The only one to come that was in both the movie and the show was Radar. Great American Hero. I never really watched Great American Hero. Watched a lot of MacGyver. And then all your TGIF sitcoms. So Growing Pains, Family Matters, Full House. Not Saved by the Bell. What was that one? Step by Step. And then Boy Meets World came in later. And then the Dinosaurs was in there. He had a lot of those. Those are already cut. They just didn't fall. These trees are kind of... You gotta get down here on the base of the trunk to get them, really. Yeah, those are cut. They just didn't fall. I'm really surprised that, you know, they didn't come in with a really good G.I. Joe movie. There were a couple. One of them had The Rock, but they just weren't that great. They need to come in with a really great G.I. Joe series of movies. And they need to focus on, like, the actual characters. I'll tell you though, and I've seen a lot of people say it, if they ever make any Ernest remakes, they need to use John Cena, because he really looks like Ernest. Ernest P. Worrell. I don't know, Ernest was one of a kind. If they ever do like a biopic movie about Jim Varney, they need to use John Cena. He looks like him in the face. Come on, get in there. Maybe I need to go from the branches up here. Yeah, that seems to work a little better. Kind of like broccoli. You don't really eat the trunk of the broccoli. You just... The best part is like the what do you call it? The branches. The bloomed part. Alright. I'll come back and get stumps. Just like on the other side there. How full are we? We're up to 13%. Yeah, I got straw bales everywhere. What I've thought about doing is getting that one field right there, the one that's got lime on it down there. That kind of, you know, normally we buy a field and it's got a crop in it, but if I bought that one field, this would be a giant field. That's the case with a lot of these areas out here, though. So we own all the fields except that one. So this would be all one field over here. I bought that field and that field, so these three can be merged together. So that'll be a nice sized field there at some point. And then this area down here We got that field that we don't own yet. And then we clear out these trees, and then we get these 4 fields. This will all be one nice big field there. So I don't know if that would be the biggest field or if that one would be. I think this one would be the biggest one. And then, of course, the one over here on the side. We do own all these up here, so the plan is to do like a big, long hay field up there. Yeah. I haven't seen that yet. I don't know. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen will always be the Naked Gun guy. I haven't seen the one with what's his name? What was the one in the new one? What was his name? Liam Neeson. Yeah. Liam Neeson. I don't know. I don't know about that. That's I haven't seen it yet though. I can't really, you know, say yay or nay on it yet. Not until I see it, but kind of like the OG stuff, you know. Yeah, Liam Neeson. Well, it's like the Baywatch, you know. Baywatch was a great show. It had a lot of your up and rising actors in it. It had Pamela Anderson. It had Yasmine Bleeth. It had David Hasselhoff. The one that I can never pronounce her name. The one that played Ellie Mae in the Beverly Hillbillies. Carmen Electra on that? Can't remember if she was on Baywatch or not. But yeah, and then they made the movie. And of course, The Rock was involved on that movie, and the movie tanked. So, I don't know, it's like the curse of The Rock. Okay, I hate to say that because I love The Rock as a wrestler. He was a fantastic wrestler. It seems that, like, when he got into the movies, though, anything that he got involved with, whether it was G.I. Joe, whether it was the Fast and the Furious franchise, whether it was, you know, any of that stuff, it didn't get the ratings. It didn't. He was the people's champion in wrestling, but he wasn't the people's actor in acting, if that makes sense. Yeah, the airplane movies were really funny. I still quote those today. I'll do that at work. I'll leave for the day, and then I'll go out of the room and come back in, and I'll be like, just want to tell you all good luck. We're all counting on you. Some will laugh. Some will be, Oop. Oh, the other way. Not in the ditch. No. Not in the road, is it? No. Are we there yet? And what I might do, I might just tab back to the tractor. It might be quicker. None of these here are really big trees, but they're here kind of in the way. Go back into town there. We'll get there shortly. Some of these are okay size, but they're not really big trees. I think there's some big trees in the town. And then there's some big trees, I think maybe over yonder. Over that way. Yeah, I can see a couple of them from here. Don't know if we own that area yet, though. We own the ones on the edge of the field, so we'll see what it lets me cut. I've got it set not to let me cut anything that's not on property that we own, so. We're taking them out, though. Limited edition Nashville hot cheese crackers. Okay. I've got a handy snack. I don't know where it was made at. I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't made in Nashville, though. Mine was probably made like in Ohio or something. I don't know. I wonder if it says on the package anywhere where it was made at. I'm sure it does. Let me look at it here. I'm gonna turn my light on here. Okay. My handy snacks were done in New Jersey. They changed them up too. They're not the same as they used to be. I think they've done that with a lot of things though. So, handy snacks back in the day, it was a very nice, smooth, creamy cheese, and they gave you like this little red plastic stick that acted like a knife, so you could spread the cheese out evenly on the cracker. Then they did away with those, so there's no more little red plastic stick thing in there anymore. And now they have changed the cheese, and they used to fill it to where the cheese was like flat across the top when you opened the package. It was like smooth across the top. Now it is not as creamy and smooth anymore, and it's there's a lot of air gap there at the top above the cheese, and I don't know if that makes the cheese harder or what, but the cheese is harder now, and the crackers are weaker. So when you go to try to scoop the cheese out of there, the cracker breaks, and then you're just in trouble. So yeah, it's not as great as it used to be. They did that with a lot of things though. EL fudge cookies used to be bigger, used to taste better. Now they're smaller and not as good, not as great. So Chips Ahoy cookies used to be better. Now they're not so much. Everything used to be better. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, it doesn't taste like it used to. I will always remember the fudge roll-ups, though. Those were good. You could do chocolate. I think there was a caramel or vanilla one. And then there was a hot fudge one. Boy, that hot fudge roll-up. That was good stuff. So it was like the fruit roll-up, but it was chocolate. And it was made by Betty Crocker. It had the Betty Crocker label on it. And they stopped making them. But man, they were good. Good stuff. Used to have a lot of good stuff back in the day. Pizzerias, made by the Keebler company. They were basically like pizza chips, but they were like top pizza chips. They were like on the level. And they stopped making those. Now the only pizza chips I think that they have, there's probably several off-brands out there, but the only one that's probably the most common is the Pringles one. And I'll be honest, a lot of the Pringles stuff is kind of like the zebra fruit stripe gum. You get the flavor for a few seconds, but then it just tastes like regular gum. Same way with the Pringles. You get the flavor just for a few seconds, but then it just tastes like a Pringles potato chip, in my opinion. So the Keebler Pizzeria chips, man, they tasted like a pizza through and through. Yeah, they got rid of the red stick. I think the reason they got rid of it, was because kids were putting them in their mouths and they were choking on them. So I think that's probably like the main reason they got rid of them. They need to make an adult one. They need to make like an adult handy snack and put the red stick back in it and be like, hey, this is recommended for ages, 18 and up or something. Here's a handy snack for kids, But hey, bring, for the adults, bring back all the good food. Bring back the original cheese balls. Bring back everything. The PB Max, man, that was probably one of my favorite. I can guarantee you that was in my top 5 of favorite candy bars. Was the PB Max. And they stopped making it. It's just like what was the fruit drink? Was it Fruitopia? Those old 90s drinks. Those were good. And I'm glad they brought back the clearly Canadian drink. It's not the same though. To me, it just doesn't taste the same. I remember when Surge first came out. They took out the stuff that made it addicting, which I think made it good. So now they have Surge, but it's not the same. Surge back in the day, that was right on par, man. That was good stuff. Just like McDonald's, I mean, you look at their stuff. They used to have some great stuff. And now, the Big Mac is not so big. I mean, if you've seen pictures, you can find the pictures. They're out there on the internet that show the before and after, like, of the Big Mac. Like how it used to look and how big it used to be. And how great it used to taste. It used to taste really good. They used to serve it. They used to wrap the Big Mac up in a cardboard wall. So it was like a cardboard wrapping. So it would come in the packaging, but then it had a wall like wrapped around it. And it kept all of the ingredients in the burger. And the burger was pretty much double the size that it is now. But it tasted way better back then too. My favorite was the Arch Deluxe. I loved the Arch Deluxe. It was a premium adult burger. And the problem is that they spent too much money, I think, on marketing for it, and I don't know why people didn't eat it. It was great. It was the best burger. Yeah, that's really, order a double quarter pounder. And can you go in, I wonder, can you go in on the app and customize like the sauce? I wonder if you can do that. That would be something, I need to investigate that. I've almost become incompatible with McDonald's stuff though anymore. Doesn't matter if it's a little cheeseburger or the Big Mac or anything like that. And the snack wraps that they have now, it's basically their chicken strips that they came out with, and then they put a wrap around it. That's it. It's not grilled chicken. It's not the same. And their value meals that they came out with, they're not that valuable. They're not what they used to be. You used to be able to get a value meal for $3, $5. Now it looks like most of the value meals are like $8. Yeah, they're not that valuable. They'd be more valuable if they come down on the price. And you can't supersize it anymore. What happened to supersizing? That used to be one of the best things. You could supersize everything. You supersize it, they would give you an extra large thing of fries, an extra large drink. And you can't do that anymore. Wendy's Biggie meals are a decent value, yeah. I do miss the pretzel bacon cheeseburger from Wendy's. That was probably my favorite from there. When they first came out with the Baconators, I was all about those, but then I got to the point where every time I would eat one, even a son of Baconator, I could feel my arteries clogging when I was eating those. They always, whenever I ate a big one, like the big Baconator, I always would break out into a sweat. It was a lot to handle. I would still eat the salad shakers if they still had them at McDonald's. Those were good. Those were convenient. You could go through the drive-thru, get a salad shaker, and then all you do is open the lid, pour your dressing in there, put the lid back on, and then you just shake it up, and it was in a cup. It fit in your cup holder. I don't know why they quit making those. Sonic had some pretty good salads too back in the day, and they stopped. Everybody stopped making salads. McDonald's just stopped making salads altogether. Sonic did. Actually, Wendy's had a salad bar. So it was like a little mini bar, like a buffet kind of. But it had all the salad trimmings. You know, you could put whatever you want in your salad. And then they got rid of that. Trying to eat anything healthy nowadays is just, forget about it. They're making it cheaper. They're not making it as great as it used to be. The taste is great, so it's not the same anymore. Alright, I'm gonna head up this way. There's one of our fields that we bought. We got a lot of soybeans. I never really went and looked to see how many we had. I'm gonna sell our corn header back too. I had some issues with it skipping down here. Not the field. It was the corn header itself, especially when you hire it out. So I'm gonna be selling that corn header back. I've got to find a replacement for that. Probably will use. I might try the in-game one. I think the in-game one is 1 meter bigger, but it's a different brand. So let's see. Do we have trees on this field? Yes, we do. These trees are almost not in the way. Plus, I think there's kind of a ditch down here. Yeah, this is where the ditch starts. So these are not really in the way. I may leave those. Now the trees, down here that are up on top of this right here, probably will take these out. Unless they're like way down there. This conversation is cracking me up. Everything used to be better back in the day. Taco Bell was better. But now it seems like, Taco Bell has more gastronomical consequences than it did back in the day. Taco Grande. I don't remember that one. I remember Taco Bell, Taco Bueno, Taco Del Taco. And you had like Ponchos, and you had, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember them all now. This one I'm just gonna get rid of because it's kind of like a bush. There's one kind of in the ground. Yep, can't get to that one. Oh, Reba and Snoop Dogg are going to be on The Voice, huh? That's interesting. Ooh. That was the top of a tree. Some of these trees I think are buried in the ground a little far. Probably have to come back and draw a straight line down through here to see what's in the way and what's not. I think that one's going to be in the way. Is that one tree? It is one tree. Just, it's so far down in there, you can't really cut it as a whole. Alright, let's get those up. Yeah, see, I gotta have it down to get the tree. Come on, get in there. It's crazy because I'm making contact with the tree, but it's not going in there. Alright, I'll come back for all those stumps. And then all those trees right there I think are fine. On that side. A lot of these are just smaller trees. Not that I won't come back and get them. But I need to find where the larger ones are. Boy, there's a lot of fog down here. There's some decent sized ones in there. But they're not the large ones. Go down to this end of the field, see what we got. Well, end of this field over here. I know we've got some over here. There's like a whole little cluster of trees over here. Again, all kind of on the smaller side. I'll probably come back for some of these. Because we could probably extend this field up this way a little bit. Or just keep it in grass. And go down to the end of this field. Good morning, Steven. How's it going? Alright, where is this? So we own these. Oh yeah, there's some bigger trees out here. We even got a golden goose out here, that one right there. Do we own that? According to this, we do. See if I can cut it down. That'll be the tell-all. If it gives me the thing to cut it down, I can cut it down then. Kind of got a sweet spot on it too. I think that's it right there. Takes longer to cut. It's a better tree. You'll get more out of it. Alright. That stump out. Another good one. Oh, I see another golden goose right there. Don't know if we own that one though. I don't think we, well, maybe we do. Nope, we don't. Try to cut it and it gives you the other thing. Hey, you do not own this land, so. We'll cut where we can. What land is that on? Bet it's on that one. Yep. It's on that land, and there's another. Yeah, these are all kind of pieces of land back here that you can get to go with that, and then that field there. So let's cut the ones we own. Do we own this one? Yep. All in good time. All in good time. We'll have those trees. So the first video in this series, in this playlist, the very first Iowa Plains view is now over 700 views. So I do appreciate that, everybody that goes in and watches those on YouTube. It kind of goes back into a corner back here. Look at that. Are there any more big ones back here? So we know we don't own that one down there. Pretty sure we don't own any of these back here. These are probably... Yeah, no. Says, nope, you don't own them. I guess maybe go back that other way. I don't know if there's any larger ones down here. There's one there, but I don't know if we own that or not. Nope. There's one right there. Yep, we own that one. You can see the God rays here really well. Shining through the trees there, see them? Ain't it beautiful? There they are, you can kind of really see them there. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. Sun shining through the trees. Oh, I see a golden goose. Do we own it? Yes, we do. Got 2 golden gooses. Wow, he's put on some weight. Alright, let's see what else we got. Looking mainly for the big ones right now. Oh, I see another golden goose. 2 more. Oh yeah, we definitely on these. This actually goes back a little further that way. Takes a minute. Well, that didn't fall over. This tree's holding it up. No? Maybe this tree's holding it up? Nope. I just need to knock it over? Ooh, well, go back to my football days. Blue 42! Blue 42! Hey! Fall. Here we go. Oh man, we got a bunch of these down here. Look, there's one. There's one. Did we own those? Oh, we might not own those. There's a bunch back here though. There's one up there on the hill. There's one right there. I bet we don't own these though. Nope, don't own that one. Don't own that one. Here's another one. Come on. Oh, we do own this one. Let me get down here and see if I can cut it down here. You gotta get the green circle. As low as you can get it. Go down. Go down. Alright, let's see. Don't own that one back there. So you can kind of see where we're at here. Kind of goes up that way towards the highway now. Some of these are kind of big. Got a couple more. I think we own at least one of these. If we own this one. Yeah, I'm gonna say nope. We don't own that one probably because it's off of the land. Yep. Probably this one though. Yep. Alright, so that's probably it for the golden goose trees that I call them. That'll give us quite a bit. We'll gather these up and then head probably back into town there. I don't know if there's any of these trees there, but I know a lot of the trees there are kind of bigger. So we don't own that way. Yeah, that'll work for now. We run down here and get the tractor. Run, Forrest, run! Run like you've never run before. Here. What happened? Did I hit the wrong button? Oh, you know what? I hit left trigger instead of the bumper. I was like, wait a minute, what? Get that last little bit stumped there. Come on. It's not. There we go. Morning, Tomcat. Here comes the big one. So I'm at 49%. Let's see how much I get. Yeah, got quite a bit. 51%, almost 52. Grab the rest of these. That one we did not own. To 55, yeah, see we jumped up from 52 to 55. Well, I call those the golden goose trees. Get quite a bit out of them. To 57. Some of these small ones here. Did I not grind that stump out? I guess I missed that stump. Oh, finally getting some rain? Yeah, there was some rain out there. Let's see. Probably not out there anymore. Any rain that's gotten anywhere near us has just kind of lately just fizzled out. Let's see, I'm gonna look at my radar here. Yeah, it's pretty much just fizzled out. I think we're supposed to get rain all this coming week, though. So, we're at 57%. That got us up to 60%. Hey, yeah, those are worth it. Let me grind this stuff out real quick. These stumps are kind of stubborn when it comes to the brooks. Really, the only thing that kind of gets these is the lumberjack mod. That way. That way. I was like, where's the next one? Well, I didn't grind these out either. I thought I ground these out. Maybe I didn't. 60%. And then we go to 62. Did I really just cut these trees and not take the stumps out? Okay. I didn't take that one out. Let me get that one. or car doors there for a second. It's my neighbor. I was like, I'm not expecting any visitors today. Alright, that'll get us from 62 to 63, and then the next one should get us probably to 65. Yep, 65. Alright, let's go into town now. I'll come back and probably knock out a few of these trees when we own more of that. I really don't want to clear cut it until we get more of that. That way we can combine a lot of these fields, merge them together. Right now I'm just kind of focused on getting the chipper full, so that when it's time to sell wood chips, we can. I think I'm gonna start on this outside edge over here. So we've got a lot of trees out here that these can go. Alright, I will do that when I come back. So we'll start cutting on these here in just a minute. I'm gonna take my first break. YouTube, I'll go ahead and say goodbye to you guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you catch it. Until then, remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Have a good one.